Hello friends, welcome to Affairs Cloud Learn to Lead. This is Ashu and today we will discuss very important current affairs of 11th of November 2021. You can see two best images of the day, but today we will discuss very important and the most important current affair. So watch this video till last. But I am requesting you all the students that you have to download our application Careers Cloud from the description box link. After that, log in with the email ID, then click on the Crack Current Affairs section to subscribe our current affairs for 1 year as well as for 2 years. Both the subscription prices are very much low. But the most important thing that we are covering that current affair which can cover every type of exam. This is the hard work of Affairs Cloud team. This is the genuinity of Affairs Cloud. And how we are covering this current affair? We are providing you daily section. In the daily section, you will receive three things. One is detail, second is question and answer format, and third is the quiz section which you can attempt on our application on daily basis. Next is the weekly section. Again, we are providing three things. One is detail, second is question and answer format, and third is the quiz section which you can attempt on our application on weekly basis. Most important section is the monthly, and we are providing four type of PDFs. One is detail, second is question and answer format of current affairs of particular month, best 100 current affairs of the month, that is also provided in the form of question and answer, and the pocket PDF. It means the 2-liner, 3-liners current affair will be provided to you so that you can revise these current affairs before your exam in quick format. But to enhance your performance further, we are also providing 20 most important topic wise PDF. It means if you want to cover 1, 2 or 3 particular topics, then you can use this topic wise PDF. And if you are a banking student, then we are providing three things. One is detail, question and answer format, and third is the quiz section. But all these three things are only related to banking and economy. And this quiz can be attempted only on our application on monthly basis. And if you want to cover all the past current affair of 2021 just from single PDF, then you can use this exam PDF. If you want to cover budget and economic survey, we are also providing detailed budget and economic survey. Expected question and answer will be provided so that you can recall that examiner can make these type of questions from budget and economic survey. If you are appearing for your respective state exam, then we are covering every state and union territories current affair. So all these things comes under only one subscription. You have to just download our application Careers Cloud from the description box link. After that, log in with your email ID. Then click on this Crack Current Affairs section to subscribe our current affairs for 1 year as well as for 2 years. Both the subscription prices are very much low. But the most important thing that we are covering that current affairs which can cover every type of exam. But if you are a new student, you are just starting your preparation, then I am advising you to subscribe for 2 years. On both subscriptions, we are providing 10% extra discount if you use this code ASH10. And if you have any query, you can email us or you can call us on this number or email ID. So let's start today's current affair, that is 11th of November 2021. But first of all, you have to like this video, you have to share this video as maximum as possible, and please subscribe this channel if you are new on this platform and join our Telegram group from the description box link. Here is the question. What is the rank of India in Climate Change Performance Index 2021? So you have to remember the keyword here, Climate Change Performance Index 2022. And this index is an independent monitoring tool that has published annually since 2005. It means this index was published first time in 2005. It is for tracking the climate protection performance of 60 countries and European Union. So it means this index is ranked under 60 countries and all the European Union countries, and it was first time published in 2005, and it is for tracking the climate protection performance. And remember, India's rank is very good under this index. India's rank is 10th. So C is the answer. So India has retained its spot on the 10th position in the top 10 best performing countries for the third year, because India was ranked 10th first time in 2020, and in 2021 index it was also ranked 10th, and in 2022 index it is also ranked as 10th. So third consecutive time India was ranked on the third position. So remember, India ranked third in the Global Climate Change Performance Index 2022, which was released by German Watch on the sidelines of the COP26. So you can also see here, released by German Watch on the sidelines of the COP26, which is currently going on. And on the 11th of November, it is now completed. But you have to remember, COP26, it is United Nations Climate Change Conference, which is hosted by Glasgow, Scotland, United Kingdom. And this is the hat trick for India, because India third time ranked on the same position, that is on the 10th spot. So you have to remember this. And G20 countries are responsible for about 75% of the world's greenhouse gas emission. Why we are talking about G20? Because out of G20, 19 countries are basically the most emitting countries, and one is the European Union. So that's why G20 is very important. And you can also remember Saudi Arabia is the worst performing country among the G20, which ranked 63rd under this index. And China, the biggest current polluter, which was spotted at the 37th position. 37th position. And you can also remember the second most current emitter of the world is United States of America, and USA is on 55th spot. So you have to remember Denmark is on the 4th spot. Why we are not covering first, second or third spot? Because you have to remember the first 3 overall positions remain empty, as no country performs well enough in the index categories to achieve an overall very high rating. So that's why first 3 overall positions remain empty. So we are starting with the 4th. So top country is Denmark, 5th is Sweden, 6th is Norway, and 7th is United Kingdom. But you have to remember only the Denmark. This is important for you. And Saudi Arabia is the worst performing country among the G20 countries, which is ranked 63rd. And China is the biggest emitter all over world. It means you can say biggest current polluter all over world on the 37th position, and USA is on the 2nd position as a you can say current emitter position, and its rank is 55th. So remember all these things which I told you, and all are very important. Moving to next question. Who will be appointed as the next chief of naval staff? Again, most important question. We are talking about naval staff, and the defense ministry recently appointed Vice Admiral R. Hari Kumar. So answer of this question is C. R. Hari Kumar, the chief of Western Naval Command. The chief of Western Naval Command as the India's new chief of Indian Army, Indian Naval Staff, not Indian Army, and who will take over as the position from the incumbent Admiral Karamveer Singh, because currently Karamveer Singh is currently the Chief of Naval Staff, who will retire on 30th of November 2021. It means after 30th of November 2021, this person R. Hari Kumar will take over as the Chief of Naval Staff. And Hari Kumar is presently serving as the Flag Office Commanding in Chief of the Western Naval Command. You can remember this. And 2 positions you have to more remember. One is Sheel Vardhan Singh or Sheel Vardhan Singh. Sheel Vardhan Singh has appointed as the new Central Industrial Security Force, or you can say CISF Director General. So this is very important appointment which is recently declared by Defense Ministry. And second appointment is Atul Karwal. So you can remember Atul Karwal or Atul Karwal has appointed as the National Disaster Response Force, National Disaster Response Force Director General. So these 2 bodies are very important because CISF is most important body. Central Industrial Security Force, it was established in 1969. And National Disaster Response Force, it was established in 2006 under the National Disaster Management Act of 2005. Very important, especially during COVID-19, this was applied, National Disaster Management Act. So very important, especially for the UPSC student, you have to read this NDMA Act because it is very important for the mains examination. Very important. So remember, who will be the next Chief of Naval Staff? It will be R. Hari Singh, because on 30th of November 2021, incumbent, you can say, incumbent Admiral Karamveer Singh is now retiring. So just remember. Moving to next question, you can also see here the picture of R. Hari Kumar to be the next Chief of Naval Staff. Next, we are moving to very important question section, but first of all, you have to like this video, share this video as maximum as possible, and please subscribe this channel if you are new on this platform, and join a Telegram group from the description box link. Here is the first question. Who has won 2 gold medals in the inaugural ISSF President Cup? Very important. ISSF stands for International Shooting Sport Federation President Cup, and who won 2 gold medals? And answer of this question is very simple. Answer is Manu Bakar. So D is the answer. So you have to remember, India finishes ISSF President's Cup with 5 medals. It means total India won 5 medals. And this ISSF, or you can say International Shooting Sport Federation President Cup, was held in which country? It was held in Poland. And exactly it was held in which city of Poland? It was held in Wrocław city. So it is not pronounced as you can say Wrocław. It is basically pronounced as Wrocław. You can just remember, I am writing here pronunciation words, Wrocław. So it is written as. So it is written as Wrocław, but it is pronounced as Wrocław. So this country is Wrocław, and it is in this city is in Poland. So you have to remember this. And examiner can ask the country, examiner can ask exact city. So you have to remember both things. One is the city, second is the country. And Indian women shooter Manu Bakar has won the 2 gold medals in the inaugural, it means the first time, International Shooting Sport Federation President Cup. And you have to remember, Manu Bakar is here, 10-meter air pistol mixed team and 25-meter rapid fire pistol mixed team. It means Manu Bakar won this gold medal under the mixed team event. And you can also remember Rahi Sharnobat, who won in the 25-meter pistol in the women's event, and she won the silver medal. And Saurabh Chaudhary, men's 10-meter air pistol in the silver medal, and Abhishek Verma, 10-meter air pistol, again he won the bronze medal. But you have to remember exact place where it was happened. It was happened at Wrocław, Poland. And you can also remember recent related news that India topped the medal tally of 2021 ISSF Junior World Cup, ISS Junior World Championship, or you can say World Cup, with 43 medals, including 17 golds, which was held in Lima in you can say South America, in Peru. So you can just remember, in the ISSF Junior World Championship, India won the maximum medals, and India was on the top position with 43 medals. Under 43, 17 were only golds, and this championship, Junior World Cup or Junior World Championship, was held in Lima, Peru, and you can say Peru is a South American country. And you can also remember one organization, International Shooting Sport Federation, ISSF. Its headquarters is in Munich. Munich is in Germany, and it was founded in the year of 1907. Moving to next question. What is the name of 4th Scorpion submarine recently received by Indian Navy under Project 75? Or 2 or 3 things are important. One is the name of the Scorpion submarine. This is the 4th time that we received this Scorpion submarine. Total 6 are there, but we received 4 now. And it comes under the Project 75. First of all, you have to remember what is Project 75. This is important. So Project 75 basically includes the construction of 6 submarines of Scorpion design by Mazagon Docks Shipbuilders Limited, which is in Mumbai, Maharashtra, in collaboration with Naval Group of France. In collaboration with France, you can just simply remember, or Naval Group of France. So total 6 submarines of Scorpion design will be built by one Indian company, which is Mazagon Dock Shipbuilders Limited, and second one is belong to France. This is Naval Group. So this is Project 75, and currently 3 submarines under Project 75 are functional, like with Indian Navy. One is INS Karanj. It is already, you can say, functioning, and INS Kalvari also functioning. INS Khanderi also functioning. So only one was not there. So answer of this question is C. So now INS Vela is also commissioned under the Indian Navy as a Scorpion submarine. So this is the 4th Scorpion submarine, and other 3 are INS Kalvari, INS Khanderi, and INS Karanj. And you can also remember the 5th submarine, which is known as INS Vajir. INS Vajir was launched in November 2020, for which harbor trials are going on. And the 6th submarine will be INS Vakshir, and it is under construction. So 2 are remaining and 4 are fully functional. And the construction of this submarine is an Indian yard, specially catering the central government initiative of Atmanirbhar Bharat, or Self-Reliant India. And what is the need of these submarines by the Indian Navy? So it is to tackle the increased presence of Chinese vessels in the Indian Ocean region, or you can say in simple words that it is to tackle the Chinese dominance in the Indian Ocean region. And you can remember who is the Chief of Naval Staff, Admiral Karamveer Singh. We already discussed this. And you can also remember Navy Day. Navy Day was celebrated on 4th of December, and it will be celebrated on 4th of December. And it is just to commemorate the victory of 1971 Indo-Pakistan War, in which India won this war. So you can see here, Indian Navy received 4th Scorpion submarine, which is INS Vela. Moving to next question. Who organized its first global hackathon named Harbinger 2021 Innovation for Transformation? So the answer is like within the question. So you can see here, the word is RBI. So very simple, Harbinger, basically it is launched by RBI. So Reserve Bank of India organized its first global hackathon. It is the first global hackathon named Harbinger 2021 Innovation for Transformation. And what is the theme of this, you can say, hackathon? The theme of this hackathon is smarter digital payments. It means the innovation is required for the digital payments. So that's why the hackathon invites participants to identify and enable solutions and or business models that have the potential to make digital payments accessible to the underprivileged sections, enhancing the ease of payment, even enriching the user experience while strengthening the security of digital payments and promoting customer protection. And the hackathon was launched to encourage innovation in the payment system. Includes 4 problem statements to shape the future of payment system in India. So in simple word, you can say it is just to provide motivation to the startups, or just to provide a platform to the startups and the innovators so that they can do better in the digital payment. So this is very important. And the winners in each category of problem statement will get prize of rupees 40 lakhs and runner up will get 20 lakh rupees. You don't have to remember the exact money, but you have to remember Harbinger Innovation for Transformation Hackathon. It is a global hackathon. It is launched by RBI, and it is for the innovation in the digital payment. That's why the theme is smarter digital payment. Just remember these 2 or 3 things. These are important. Moving to next question, a book titled Operation X, just remember this keyword, about the Naval Commando operation was written by whom? Just remember this question as same as in slide, and this is written by Sandeep Unnithan. So answer of this question is A, as well as Captain MNR Saman. So answer of this question is both A and B. D is the answer. So the Indian Navy and the Mukti Bahini, you can say Mukti Bahini or you can say Bangladeshi Liberation Army, which is also known as Mukti Bahini of Bangladesh, has launched the Bangla version of this book. Remember, this is the Bangla version of this book titled as Operation X, about the Naval Commando operation. And the book was authored by Captain MNR Samant basically, Captain MNR Samant, and noted author and journalist Sandeep Unnithan. So you can remember. And the book was compiled from the personal notes of Captain MNR Samant and the first-hand accounts of Indian naval personnel and the Mukti Yodhas, which participated in the Bangladeshi Liberation Army. And remember Operation X. Operation X was a part of Operation Jackpot. Operation Jackpot, under which covert training and equipping of Bangladeshi Liberation Army Mukti Bahini was done. And this was the largest covert operation undertaken anywhere in the world after World War II. After World War II. So just remember, it is written by Sandeep Unnithan and Captain MNR Samant. So next question is India's first center for research on drone technology. We are very much focusing on the drone technology or unmanned aerial vehicle policy. And this first center for research and development on the drone technology is launched in IIT Guwahati. So in the northeastern state, answer is IIT Guwahati. So the Union Minister of State Civil Aviation, General VK Singh, launched India's first Center for Excellence in Research on Drone, or you can say Unmanned Aerial Vehicle Technology and Artificial Intelligence at Indian Institute of Technology, Guwahati, which is situated in Assam. And IIT Guwahati intends to share its research expertise, impart skill development, set up a drone port, and provide all administrative support to fulfill the vision of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to realize the potential of India to be global drone hub by the year of 2030, especially after the attack of air base in Jammu and Kashmir with the drone technology. So we are very much focusing on the drone technology. So this is the first center of research on drone technology, which is set up in Assam at IIT Guwahati. Just remember. And what is the role of IIT Guwahati? IIT Guwahati will provide research expertise, especially for the drone technology, artificial technology, and new technology which can be used in the drones. Moving to next question. You can also see here India's first center for research on drone technology launched in IIT Guwahati by Union Minister, and you can see here this is VK Singh, the Minister of State of Civil Aviation Journal. Next is Novo Nordisk India. Just remember name of this company has appointed whom as the brand ambassador of the company. First of all, you have to remember what is the function of this company. Novo Nordisk is a company that provides diabetes innovative solution for the diabetes care, and it also focusing on educating people about management of diabetes. So it is just you can say healthcare company, and this has appointed Kapil Dev, or you can say renowned Indian cricketer Kapil Dev as the brand ambassador of the company to create awareness on better diabetes management and early insulin adoption. And insulin is very important for the diabetic patient because World Diabetic Days, you can remember World Diabetic Day observed on 14th of November, and it marks the birth anniversary of very important person, Sir Frederick Banting, who co-discovered insulin, because insulin is discovered by 2 persons. One is Frederick G. Banting and second is John McLeod. discovered insulin, for which they were awarded the Nobel Prize in Medicine. So that's why insulin, even you have to remember when is World Diabetes Day, because this company is related to diabetes. And you can say due to non-presence of insulin, you can say a person can be diabetic. So this is very important. So Kapil Dev is the brand ambassador of a company which is Novo Nordisk. Next is, which company has launched Grow Your Business Hub and Grow Your Business Playbook? So which company launched this platform? So this is Meta. Meta means Facebook. So answer can be Facebook also. So Meta, formerly known as Facebook, has launched Grow Your Business Hub and Grow Your Business Playbook during the inaugural edition of Grow Your Business Summit, an event focused on the growth agenda of the India's small business or the medium businesses. So it is Meta, or formerly known as Facebook. So you can see here, there are two platforms. One is Grow Your Business Hub. So it is a localized business hub for the micro, small and medium businesses to find relevant information, or you can say tools and resources curated to provide their business goals based on their growth. And these tools, this information will be provided by Meta. And what is the role of Playbook? Grow Your Business Playbook to inspire and equip early stage businesses to start their journey on Meta applications. And this playbook aims to assist the business to set up an offline to online journey and accelerating online sales for small businesses during the COVID-19 era and beyond. So this is very important because both can enhance the micro, small and medium businesses, and this platform can also enhance the income of micro, small and medium enterprises, especially in India. So it is launched by Meta, or you can say Facebook. Moving to next question. DRDO signed an agreement with which country to promote innovation in the development of dual-use technology? So DRDO is Defense Research and Development Organization, signed a bilateral innovation agreement with the Directorate of Defense Research and Development under the Ministry of Defense of Israel. So answer of this question is B, and it is to promote innovation and research in development of dual-use technology by startups and micro, small and medium enterprises of both countries like India and Israel. So DRDO signed an agreement with Israel for the research and development, especially in the dual-use technology. And the agreement brings out development in new generation technology, like you can say in drones, we already discussed about drones, robotics, artificial intelligence, quantum technology, photonics, or you can say brain-machine interface, cloud computing, artificial intelligence we already covered, and so many things which are basically new in this era. And you can also remember DRDO. DRDO was established in 1958. Who is the head? Chairman is G. Satish Reddy. So just remember the question as same as in slide. Move to next question, and it is from picture. Very important question. Padam Shri awardee Konneru Ramakrishna Rao passed away. So the renowned you can say academician and psychologist Konneru Ramakrishna Rao passed away due to age-related illness. And you have to remember, he was very famous psychologist. He was very famous psychologist. Remember this. Examiner can ask that what is the profession of Konneru Ramakrishna Rao. And Ramakrishna Rao was a recipient of Padam Shri Award in the year of 2011 under the literature and education category. And Ramakrishna Rao was a former chairman of Andhra Pradesh State Council of Higher Education. Just remember, Konneru Ramakrishna Rao belongs to which state? Andhra Pradesh. And he was very famous psychologist, and he also won the Padam Shri in 2011. Next, we are moving to important question, but first of all, you have to like this video, share this video as maximum as possible, and please subscribe this channel if you are new on this platform, and join our Telegram group from the description box link. Here is the question. Which edition of Goa Maritime Conclave 2021 hosted by Indian Navy? So we are asking about the edition, the basically the number edition. And this is conducted by Indian Navy, and this is the third Goa Maritime Conclave 2021, which was held from 7th to 9th of November under the Indian Navy, and it was held in Naval War College in Goa. And this Goa Maritime Conclave is an outreach initiative of the Indian Navy that provides a multinational forum to harness the collective expertise of maritime security practitioners and academia to generate outcome-oriented maritime thought. And the theme was developed with the goal of winning everyday peace in the maritime domain. So it is specially by Indian Navy. So it is not important question. Just read this question. Don't remember, just read this question. Next is Fumio Kishida, re-elected as Japan's Prime Minister in parliamentary vote. Just remember, This is again not so much important because every student know this. Fumio Kishida, leader of Liberal Democratic Party. Just remember the name. Liberal Democratic Party, remember the name of the political party, has been re-elected as the Prime Minister of Japan following the victory of the Liberal Democratic Party in 2021 parliamentary election. And this Liberal Democratic Party has secured how many seats? 261 seats out of 465 members, lower house exceeding the parliamentary majority of 233. Because to form government in Japan, you need to win 233 seats. But this Liberal Democratic Party won 261 seats. And Fumio Kishida will succeed Yoshihide Suga, who resigned as a Prime Minister of Japan in September 2021. We already covered this question so many times. And Fumio Kishida was previously served as the Foreign Minister of Japan from 2012 to 2017. And he has been serving as the President of this Liberal Democratic Party since September 2021 after the resignation of Yoshihide Suga. And remember about Japan. Emperor of Japan is Naruhito. Naruhito. And capital is Tokyo and currency is yen, you all know. Now we are moving to one liner important point. Not so much important, but you have to read these points only. Indian Army signs MOU with two organizations. One is RRU. What is the meaning of RRU? RRU stands for Rashtriya Raksha University. And second is BISAG-N. BISAG-N stands for Bhaskaracharya National Institute for Space Application and Geo Information or Informatics to collaborate in different sectors of research and development. It is just for research and development. So not important. Next, European Union and BBMP. What is the meaning of BBMP? B stands for Bruhat Bengaluru Munsi, or you can say Mahanagarpalika. Yes, Bruhat Bengaluru Mahanagarpalika partnered with the European Union on solid waste management project in Bengaluru under NAMA Sport project. What is the meaning of NAMA? It is Nationally Appropriate Mitigation Action Sport project. Don't remember this. Just remember, European Union signed an agreement with the Bruhat Bengaluru Municipal, or you can say Mahanagarpalika, for the low carbon municipal solid waste management. So under this collaboration, this BBMP will get technical and the financial support from the European Union in setting up new plants, revamping and existing material recovery facility, setting up compost facility and biomethanation plant, so that they can basically cover the solid waste management project. So just read this line. India and US conduct 11th Defense Technology and Trade Initiative Group meeting. So again, not important. So it was the second meeting between the two countries held in 2021, and its main objective is to bring bilateral defense trade relationship and create opportunities for the co-production and co-development of the defense equipment, especially India and United States of America. Next, RBI lifts restriction on the Diners Club International Limited. So again, it is not so much important. Just remember, RBI lifted restriction imposed in April 2021 with immediate effect on credit and issued Diners Club International Limited on onboard new customers. Because RBI has banned so many companies like American Express, and it is the 7th largest credit card issuer in India, and it was also banned in April 2021. Even MasterCard, this was very important. MasterCard, the 2nd largest credit card issuer in India, and it was also banned in July 2021. And even RBI has not yet lifted their ban. American Express still in ban, and MasterCard is also still in ban. Next, International Olympic Committee and the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime extends collaboration to fight corruption and crime in sport. They already signed an agreement, so they just extended the collaboration, and they extended this collaboration and signed an MOU at Olympic House. Remember, Olympic House. Olympic House is basically situated in Lausanne, Switzerland, and it is to strengthen the cooperation between the two organizations in fighting crime and to prevent youth crime, violence and drug use through sports. And remember, International Olympic Committee, very important organization. It was established in 1894. It was established in Paris, but its headquarters is in Lausanne, Switzerland. That's why this agreement was signed in Lausanne, Switzerland. And president is Thomas Bach. You can just remember, this is very important. Thomas Bach belongs to Germany. And you can also remember, if you want, United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, its headquarters is in Vienna. Vienna is in Austria. Next, World Science Day for Peace and Development 2021 observed on 10th of November. You can also see here the picture. And it is to highlight the importance of science in society and need to engage the public in the debates on emerging scientific issues. And 10th of November 2021 marks the observance of 20th edition of World Science Day for Peace and Development. And what is the theme? It is building climate ready communities. So it is for science and technology. So moving to the question of the day, what was the question of 10th of November? Question was very simple. Which of the following states separate the North America and Asia? So you have to see this beautiful picture. You can see this is North America. You can see this is the outline of North America, or you can say United States of America and Canada. And you can also see this is Russia. So it means this is Asia, this is North America. So it means this is Bering Strait. So this is the Bering Strait which separates two land masses, and especially the countries. One is Russia, second is the United States of America, or you can say two continents. One is Asia, second is the North America. And this is the water body which is known as Bering Strait. So answer is very simple, and answer of this question is now A. So this is Bering Strait. So now we are moving to the question of the day. What is the question? Which of the following latitude forms the boundary between the two big countries? One is United States of America and Canada. Very, very important question asked in so many exams. So you have to answer me only in the comment box. I am waiting your answer. But please like this video. Please share this video as maximum as possible, and please subscribe this channel if you are new on this platform. And it is Affairs Cloud promise that it will boost your confidence in the general awareness section. But please join our Telegram channel and press this bell button so that you can receive the notification on time. And don't take life so much serious. Life is fun. Always be happy. Thank you guys. Take care and bye-bye.